Well, hello there team. Today's video is going to be a pretty straightforward one. I'm going to show you a full day in my life currently. I've picked a pretty random day. There's a kind of mix of stuff I've got to do, but it's all very standard. Right now we are going to head to the place where I park for uni. Don't need to actually go to uni until like 2 PM, but I'm going to make dinner now. All will be explained. Alright, so I'm in my parking space. This is where I park for uni. It's just someone's like bit of land at the back of their house. But it backs onto the woods. Don't know if you can be able to see this. But there's a little woods down there. I literally walk in there and then it brings me out into a path that goes to my uni, basically. It's about a 15-minute walk to campus, which is better than most people who live in a house. Ignore the cars and stuff. So as I said earlier, I'm actually going to make my dinner now. So this is just a small slow cooker. You know what a slow cooker is. I'm going to make a curry in it and just leave it until I come back later. If you're wondering how my electricity works, this is where I plug everything in. This is just a load of USB-C for charging. This extension lead thing is just plugged into the inverter. So that's for my TV and my Fire Stick. This is for the plug that's on the wall where the slow cooker's plugged in. This is just a shaver thing. This is for my computer. And then I can turn each one on and off as well to save some power. That should be everything I need in here, except popper arms, all the good stuff, except the chicken, obviously. So this should be like the easiest meal ever. All I have to do is cut up this onion, which I know you guys love watching me do. There's a bit more to it than just cutting up an onion, but you know what I mean. So this recipe says to just literally throw everything in. That feels a bit wrong to me, but we're going to do it anyway. So in goes 1 tin of tomatoes. I'm going to crush in some garlic. I've just got some good old Waitrose tikka paste. And then in with the chicken. The chicken juice really kind of freaks me out. So I'm not just going to pour this in, I'm just going to knife them. I'm also going to chuck in a couple of garlic granules, just because, why not? And some chili powder, because I don't think this is going to be very spicy at all, so a little bit of chili powder. A bit of salt and a bit of pepper. Alright, there we go. It looks like a curry, kind of. So we're going to leave that for about 6 hours. I should do a quick lunch. This is honestly what I have for lunch, like, a lot. It's a sandwich with this in it. It's, yeah. That's how you make a mega sandwich. This is how I put stuff back in my fridge. You have to pile it up like this, because it's on the floor, so. Alright, I've just had my lunch and now we're going to go to uni, so yeah, that's about it. Alright, I finished uni for the day. I was going to go to the library, but it's already 4 o'clock and I forgot my torch. So I'm going to go back to the van now while it's still light and then do some study there. Autumn is firmly cementing itself as my favourite season, especially in Norwich. Norwich does autumn really well, and it's just really pretty. This tree fell down quite recently and I look at it every day and it gets a bit more rotten. Oh, it smells very curry-y. Smells good. Let's see. Looks like curry, kind of. I'll give it a stir and all that good stuff. One of my least favourite things about living in a van is just how dirty it gets in here. It's like so quickly as well. So I'm going to give the floor a bit of a clean. You just have to live with it not being completely clean all the time because it's basically impossible. Okay, I wasn't going to mop, I was just going to use this, but then I decided to get back in the van after treading in the mud, so now it's really muddy in there. Well done me. There we go, one somewhat clean floor. Ah, it's as clean as it's going to get. This is just paint, ignore that. The important question is though, how is Mr. Curry? It looks pretty good, you know. That doesn't look bad. Let's give her a stir. Oh, it smells amazing, honestly. Yeah, that's good. It's a bit watery, but that's okay. We're going to chuck in some creamed coconut. That will thicken her up. That's actually perfect, to be honest. Don't know if the chicken's cooked yet. It feels firm, but that looks pretty good. I've also just checked the battery level of the van. We're at like, we used 146 amp hours out of 300, so we're just over 50%. Bearing in mind that's like multiple days of usage, and that's not just from today. So yeah, we're going down, which is a bit of a concern, but it's fine. 50% is still, I still have 150 amp hours, which is about 2,000 watt hours. So I could run something for, that's 1,000 watts, say like an air fryer or a toaster. I could run it for 2 hours still. And this is using about 100. So, you know, I've still got loads of energy. The issue is when you're doing this for a long period, like over a week or so, and you're consistently using more energy than you are putting into the batteries, which currently is just through driving, because the solar panel wasn't doing anything really, it gets a bit tricky. It's not a concern for now, but what I need to do is either find a campsite or something where I can charge up the batteries, just plug them in, or it needs to be sunny for like at least a day, or I need to drive loads, like for hours. So, you know, it's not difficult to manage, and I have a pretty comprehensive system, but it's something to kind of be aware of, and it's something you've got to keep in the back of your mind all the time. And honestly, I kind of like it, especially as I built the electrics myself and put them all together, so I kind of know what's going on. And it's just nice when they just work as they should. Everything kind of goes to plan. So yeah, not a concern, but something to keep in mind. So as I said, I've got a couple of things to do. So time to activate the desk, which means chicken curry's got to move. I quite desperately need to update my CV. It's quite a while overdue, and I need to be applying for grad roles and stuff. So I'm going to do that now. Alright, I've kind of half done my CV, and I think it's now time to add the coconut into the curry, and the other stuff, whatever the other stuff was, garam masala, and we'll put some rice on in a bit, because I'm getting a bit peckish. This is just garam masala. I have no idea how much to add. I'm going to do like 2 teaspoons. Oh. we'll do that much, I think. It's currently 5:45. I'm going to give the curry another 20 minutes or so. And then we'll make some rice. I've got some poppadoms as well. So it's going to be a bit of a feast. Until then, I've been watching this guy on YouTube. He's just building a log cabin in the middle of nowhere. And he's quite entertaining to watch. I'd recommend him. This guy actually fell directly into the parking pad. Looks good. I did check to see if the chicken's cooked, and it definitely is. Looks like curry. I reckon we've easily got enough for 2 days there. That's a good amount of curry, that. Alright, curry has been demolished. It was actually really good. I'm definitely going to make that again. There's always one thing I forget to wash up. Oh well. Throughout the day, my bed is constantly just used as a storage area. I'm not even going to pretend that it isn't, because it is. It's just the easiest place to chuck stuff, especially for driving, because stuff doesn't tend to move around on here. So yeah, this is not tidy all the time. In fact, it's rarely tidy. But you try living in a van, make it tidy. Good luck. Kind of same deal with down here. This is where I keep all my clothes, but inevitably it's also where I just keep stuff I need to chuck out of the way. Things are like kind of organised, sort of, but stuff still just gets chucked in there because it's easy. It's absolutely pitch black out here. It's about 8:30. I'm still in the place where I parked the uni. We're now going to head to the gym. Gym closes at 10, so probably have to be a little bit speedy, but yeah, let's go. It's not all fun and games. My light is out. That's a bit annoying. I'll have to get that sorted tomorrow, I think. I'm gonna get changed very quickly. It's good. I have my own personal changing room at the gym, isn't that great? But I'm gonna get changed and then I'm gonna go in the gym. I'm not gonna film very much because it's a gym. Oh man, what am I doing? I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. What's going on? Hmm. Alright, as I've been sitting here, I've just ordered some new headlight bulbs because I need one. So I'm going to go pick that up tomorrow at Waitrose. I love Waitrose, by the way. Waitrose is the best because I can get stuff delivered to Waitrose. It's like a 1-minute drive from where I am most of the time. There's a recycling point, and it's Waitrose. And it has the best toilet out of every supermarket I've been to so far. So Waitrose is good. And I'm going there tomorrow. Big excitement, I know. Anyway, we're gonna head to the place. I think I've shown it before on this channel, where I stay quite often. It's near to uni, and I've got to be at uni at 11 AM tomorrow. So yeah, let's go there now, and then I'm gonna go to bed. It's like 10 o'clock. I'm pretty tired. I know this cat. Well, not on like a personal level. Excuse me. You can't go in there. What are you doing? Hey kitty. How are you, kitty? This cat is like 1 part cute to like 2 parts feral. So yeah, hello. She'll always come and I don't know if it's a he or a she. I don't know how you tell that on cats. Well, I mean there's a tried and true way, I suppose. Oh, what the fuck, you get off my little croc. I don't know what she wants. I've got a video actually of her or him. I don't know what you are. Boy, girl, who knows these days. Alright, let's go inside. There's a Ferrari next to me now for some reason. It's all going on tonight. Go say hello to the Ferrari, alright? Don't know why there's a Ferrari here. Don't really care either, to be honest. I'm now going to grace you with one of Ed's van life top tips, or just top things to have, and that is a big, massive thermos flask. They're just handy. The main thing I like to use it for is at night time. I'll show you right now. I'm going to boil a whole lot of water and then chuck it in the old thermos-a-rooney. And then if I want like a tea a bit later on, I can just have a tea, not have to boil water. Because currently, whenever I boil water in here, I either have to open the door or I have to open the roof and then get my fan going. Not this fan, I have another fan. Because this fan makes this noise, which is a bit annoying to say the least. So I don't use that. I have like a little 12-volt one, but I have to open the door to boil water so that the gas fumes can escape. So I just boil up a load in one go, chuck it in the thermos. This will do like 2, maybe 3 big drinks. And then when I inevitably don't use all the hot water, I can just use it the day after. Yeah, anyway, let's make a drink. Yeah, one of the main van life problems that people have is water. And you can see actually, I'm a little bit low. You can just about see the level there, and there's like that much more. And that's after like 4 days. I do have in the back, I don't know if you can see, this big water container, which is like, I don't know, probably around 20 litres. But yeah, water is kind of the big problem. But it's never like critical, you know, because worst comes to worst, what do? You go to Tesco and you buy some of these. Yeah, water so far hasn't been an issue either. I mean, I have to be very sparing with it, but not to the point where it's like a big challenge or a big deal. So that's been fine so far. I may have filled the kettle up a bit. It's exploding at me. Calm down. Calm down, Mr. Kettle. Uh-oh. That's why I have this thing. Because this kettle, without an oven glove, burns you a lot. This thing has the perfect spot on this hook here. So it lives there, and then I can still close the door with the bin on it. So that's just the perfect spot. I've just remembered there's one more chore I've got to do, and that is rubbish. And that's the good thing about this spot, there's a few bins, which is very handy. So we're going to go put that away now. We're going to be a little bit sneaky, because I don't know if this is like allowed, but we're going to do it anyway, because what else do I do? Fuck the devil cat. Alright, kitty. Alright, kitty. Don't come in the van, please. Yes. Meow. Alright. Bins are done. Hello, kitty. Hello, kitty. So if you want to hear my diesel heater and how, like, not that loud it is, you can hear. It's kind of noisy because it's just turning on. What do you think, kitty? So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much a day in my life currently. It's all right, really. Could be far worse. I hope that's given you a little bit of a kind of a more realistic view of van life, or at least in my experience. It's not all picturesque landscapes. Well, it's very rarely that. But that's not really why I'm doing it. I'm currently really enjoying it, and a part of me wishes that I'd started it when I was in second year of uni instead of my final year, because to be honest with you, I'm having a much better time now than I was in second year. I think you've got to be a certain type of person for it to work. You've got to be pretty self-reliant, happy on your own, pretty independent. But if you've got your head screwed on, got a bit of common sense about you, like to do things a little bit differently, can work out how to do things in alternative ways, but achieve, you know, just as good results. I think the main thing is just being okay with there being problems and things that go wrong, because it's inevitable. There's no way around that. Van life is just life. It's the same thing. It's just a slightly different environment. So far I've found that kind of the everyday things, like the chores and the tasks, are basically the same as being in a house, only they're a bit more frequent, perhaps more laborious depending on how your van is set up, but more enjoyable, which is the key bit. Like, my least favourite thing is probably doing the washing up, but it's not horrible. And especially as a student, when my alternative is I live with 5 or 6 or, well, however many people who I haven't met before, and the likelihood is that one of them, at least one of them, is going to be just like an absolute menace in terms of being like untidy or noisy or whatever. In first year I lived with 11 people, in second year I lived with 5 other people, and I didn't enjoy it, you know. And that was with people I did know and liked a few of them. It felt very much, at least in second year, it felt very much like I was living in someone else's house. Obviously these are all problems within myself, but there's still things, and like I felt like I couldn't go into the kitchen and just like make a cup of tea or like cook dinner whenever I wanted, you know. And sometimes I physically couldn't if there's other people in there, which is like, you know, fair enough.
But sometimes people would just be in there for like 3 hours making some fucking shitty little risotto, and it would just be annoying. Whereas now I can make dinner whenever I want. The place is completely my own, and that's kind of the main bit for me. My point is, depending on like where your uni is, like if you're in the centre of London, maybe don't do this. But if you've got a uni that's kind of like Norwich, honestly, it's kind of perfect for it. It's a smaller city surrounded by just an expansive rural area and coastline, so it's kind of perfect. But I imagine most unis you could get away with it. So yeah, if you're a student who like the idea of moving into a house with like 5 people you don't know terrifies you, this isn't a bad option. Just putting it out there. This works quite well. But if you did this, if you started this and did this for 2 years at university, you would save so much money, because you just would.
So thank you for watching. I might do a couple more videos in this kind of format because there's kind of a few different standard sort of days I go through, especially the weekend is quite different and it always varies. So that might be something that's interesting to show you. But yeah, today's been a pretty standard day. Thank you for watching. And thank you for getting this far into the video. That's an achievement in and of itself. But yeah, cheers. I'll see you next time. No idea what I'll be doing. Don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Don't know what's going on. But I like it. Good night. I need to go to sleep.